So I have a friend who's going through right now what I went through for so many years. And, it brings up a lot of stuff, that you went through, that you lived through. And one of the things is my ex was, and well, he still is, but he's just not with me, an emotional abuser, manipulator. And there were so many ways that happened. But one of the things that was very prevalent is how he would use guilt and exaggeration to control the narrative that he wanted. So, for instance, he would minimize anything I did and erase basically whatever I did. So, by the way, I cook and I'm a really good cook. He would say things like, "But you never cook, and you don't do anything. You don't clean the house. You don't do the laundry. You barely take care of the kids." And I will say he worked. He would leave the house by 6:30 and wouldn't return until 8 p.m. And the kids were my responsibility. Plus, I worked outside of the home. Plus, I cooked every night. Plus, I did laundry. Plus, I cleaned the house. So, what I'm trying to say is he would say these things as he was doing that. Like, he was not taking care of the kids. He was not cleaning. He was not cooking. So, whatever I did, he had to reduce it to nothing to make himself feel better. And the words that they use, they're not the truth. And the whole point of it is to make an impact, to make you feel inadequate and defensive and have to prove your worth. I mean, I was stupidly defensive. What do you mean I don't do anything? I cooked this and I made that and I did this and I took the kids here and I went to the doctor for them. I didn't have to do that. I was so stupid. But I mean, I forgive myself, right? And we have to forgive ourselves because we don't even know what we're in half the time. Because most of the time, we don't even believe what we're hearing. What do you mean I don't do anything? I do everything. So that's why you get defensive. And then that's also why, because, you're thinking like, oh, wow, did I not do that? And then that's a whole form of gaslighting when you start thinking like you believe them. So the thing is to remember is they're trying to control the narrative and make you invalidate you by the things that they're saying. So my ex created a version of me who was lazy, incapable, not enough, and then treating that version like it was real. And he would say things like this in front of my kids who knew, well, Mom just took us to basketball. Mom just took us here. Mom made dinner. Mom brought snacks. Mom, whatever. You get the drift. Helped with our homework and all that. So you have to remember your truth. You know what's true because they put their false narrative on you. You don't have to believe it. Don't believe it. Don't buy it. Know your worth. And when you can, if you can, get the fuck out of there.